Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome aboard the train here from APTA and everyone at the conference. If you're wondering about this train, this is the newest of our Skytrain fleet. It's the Mark III. They were assembled in Mexico by Bombardier, who set up a plant in Mexico and brought them up in pairs for a period of time, I think of about 6 to 8 months. If you look up the right side of the train right now, you'll see Science World. It's the TELUS Science World. Also has Oninax Theater in it. And as we round the curve here into Main Street, on the left side of the tracks, you'll see Pacific Central Station, which houses the Via Rail, which travels across Canada, Amtrak, which has service daily to Seattle and to Portland, Oregon, and it also houses the bus depot for buses within British Columbia and the Pacific Coach Line buses that travel on the BC ferries over the Vancouver Island, and buses to Squamish and Whistler. It's on the left of the train right now. If anyone is interested in seeing the Hostler panel, the driving compartment at the back of the train, where I can actually open the panel, it's back here, so if you want to come back here. That's it. So if we have to go into manual, we'll switch to manual and drive from up here.
Did you ever have an emergency where you had to operate something?
Yeah, well, it's not always an emergency. I'll just do this so everybody can.
Basically, this kind of seat instead of horizontal.
The reason that we've come up to the front end of our train to use the Hostler panel is for a number of reasons. One major reason is if a train times out, which means the computers lose contact with our trains and they'll emergency brake, we'll have to actually walk out on the track and recover them. So we'll come up to the Hostler panel, slip our key in here, and then get ready to drive manually after taking clearances and then moving the train to a given track section. The next track section where the computer system, the control center, will pick the train up again. When they do, we put it back in automatic, and it runs in automatic again. There have been times in the past where some of the trains have stopped completely, a total crash of the computer system on half of the system. This happened a number of years ago on the eastern section of this line that we're on the Expo line, when about 30 trains crashed at about 4 in the afternoon with people on them. And of course some of the people are a little bit restless, so they want to like break the emergency covers and get off the train. And it makes it longer for us to get everything back into order. Well, that happened one afternoon, and then it happened again the next morning, because they started to add more trains into the system and our computer system couldn't handle it. But through those trials and tribulations, I guess, we managed to figure out what was wrong, and that never happened again. We're just stopping here for a moment because we're behind another train. If you look to the left and down below, you'll see a regular train track. That's where the Amtrak heads out, just the one single track, and all the other trains, the Via Rail, and that's the Millennium Line from down below. It is like a fishtail, if you want. It goes in a full circle around and connects back into this line. This is Broadway here. And notice how many disappointed passengers are standing on the platform as we pass by. Sorry, folks. Next train, please.
Were we supposed to wave at them or anything? Were we supposed to wave at them or anything?